Hello, welcome back to another episode of The Assembly Line. Today is October 17th, and we're hoping this is a little bit better of a weekend for the boys. Got a lot to talk about. We're going to hit on almost every team and that we typically talk about. We're going to start with the Tigers. Just a couple cleanup notes on the offseason stuff. Maybe touch on the Wings, the Pistons, then we'll get into the football weekend. But yeah, so obviously we talked at length about the Detroit Tigers. Last episode, Kyle and I got into the argument. I sat and I thought, and I was like, I'm not saying I was totally wrong, but I think you were more right than I was in the moment. I think I just, like you were talking about, this team needs bats, people didn't perform, you expect them, blah, blah, blah. And I think it was just like, this is the first team that I fell in love with, since those Miguel Cabrera, Justin Verlander days. So, it's just one of those things where it's like, kind of fell in love with the team and I like these players. So like, talking about them bad isn't the easiest thing to do. But, I don't know if you guys got anything else to add. I don't know. It's just, I like McKinstry. I like Colt Keith. I like all those guys. Yeah.
It's hard to put aside your love for the player and just remember that it's a business and you got to do all that you can to win.
Yeah. Yep. Well, as fans, I mean, obviously they're players. They want to make their money and stuff.
Right.
But as fans, you want the team to win. But before, and I want to touch on school. But before we get to that, I was listening to some shows and
Well,
what you got something to add before we get into that?
yeah, because I know gone are the days of like the last good team the Tigers had, right, where they made a deep run was in 2013 when they lost to the Red Sox with that infamous Torrey Hunter game.
Yeah, they didn't really make it. That
Looking
was
like
ALDS, but I mean that was a
that
team that
was
was supposed.
ALCS they lost. It was
Oh,
ALCS. Because they finished first in the division. They beat the Athletics in
okay,
the division
yeah,
series.
okay,
But anyways, so I'm looking, and they didn't have a single batter over 130 strikeouts, and that was Austin Jackson.
yeah. Well, the game has changed.
And
It's
I know the
not.
game is a
Yeah,
lot different. I know like pitching is a lot harder nowadays, but like the why I think that is because when I think of when the Tigers last time I like
yeah,
really was 110% into the Tigers was these teams,
yeah,
and they don't have anybody over 130 strikeouts. They got one, two, three, four, five batters that batted over 300 that year in the starting lineup. And so it's like, that's what I expect out of a team that can make a deep run. So if
yeah,
they don't have that, I don't think that they're set up for that success.
yeah. No, I agree. I think the one, I guess, counterpoint I have to all that is if you look at this postseason, you know, the Dodgers won a couple games with scoring 3 runs. Like there's teams out like you can win scoring 3 runs. I think the big difference
Right.
between the Tigers and these teams that are doing that is the other teams don't strike out. Like they're at least they're putting the ball. Like a lot of times they're just not getting hits. Our problem is we'll get a guy on and we can't get him over or anything because we just strike out the next two batters and the next guy grounds out inning over. Which
Hmm.
I guess it's good that we're getting on, but the strikeouts are too much. It's more of a strikeout problem than anything. But yeah, I mean I think yeah, like you said, it's just the days of that are done, and so that's something I guess like we all need to realize. And also, I put too much stock in these guys because they just seem like they're good people, and I like them. They're just not
Oh, they're
up.
great people.
Yeah, they're just not up to the standard that we need them to be a deep run playoff team, and you know that's how it goes. But speaking of deep run playoffs, obviously we all think next year in order to do that we need to get some batters. So I just put a list of these. I believe everybody on this list are free agents. Now, I don't know if there's rules on if the teams can sign them. The team they're on now can sign them
Qualifying
before,
offer.
yeah, or whatever. But I'm pretty sure these guys are all free agents. Like, there's not like, they have an option. If they have an option, they've opted out or They said they're going to opt
Already?
out. We have, I can't even pronounce his name, Eugenio Suarez. After Scott Harris comments, it sounds like he was digging at him about, that he didn't perform since the All-Star break. I doubt we get him back just because of that. But then we got Cody Bellinger. He's a left-handed bat. He's good. He's up and down career. We don't really need a left-handed bat. Someone
Isn't
that's
he a little
probably
old? Well, I guess age.
so
Short-term deal.
I believe everybody on this list is between 28 and like 32. Like none of them are super old, but they're not, they're not
right.
young. But Pete Alonso, he's one of the older ones. High strikeout guy, but a high home run. A little bit better version of torque. We got Alex Bregman. We've talked about. He's probably the one guy I would want on this team. There's the next guy also I want, Bo Bichette. 300 average, doesn't strike out, middle infielder, something we need. Kyle Tucker, another, hit home runs. AJ Hinch connection like Bregman. And the last one's Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber's a high home run walk guy. I think he might.
DH guy.
Yeah, he might
Right.
strike out a little bit, but yeah, because a lot of these you got to find a spot for him. But I at the same time, I don't really know. I would assume some players are safe, but at the same time, no one's safe. Like this, no one really had an outstanding season. But I don't know. Those are the guys that I've circled. It's like we have to, I think there might be a couple more players, but as of my little research I did for who's going to be out there, we have to sign one of those guys. And if we don't, someone has to like come out of nowhere.
Right.
If we don't, our scouting team has to be like pinpoint on who they decide. Well, true to like if not being able to get them is like the contract negotiations, and they're wanting to come to Detroit. But I want to say like the ones that have seemed logical on that one, I don't think we're going to be in the running for Bo Bichette because isn't he a shortstop?
He's a middle, I think so, but he's
a
not.
shortstop.
Yeah, I mean,
if him or Javi aren't open to go to second, I don't see us getting him.
They could go to third.
I can see Bregman.
Also, second is possible. I mean, Glaber's not guaranteed back either, so second could be open.
No, I know,
so,
but I'm thinking McGonigal might be on one of those. Like,
I don't think he'll start.
In the eyesight's to be there too. But
I don't think he'll start on the team. But
But if we can get I don't know, I doubt it'll be like a 1-year deal. But if we bring him up beginning third or like middle of the season, but I don't know which one of those guys are center fielders.
I don't know if any of them are center fielders. Bellinger, I think, plays right. Tucker
right.
Also,
Bellinger might play center.
I think he has. I think he plays right, but he can. I mean, it's just like Riley can play center. It's just. Well, he has. I mean, he can.
I know,
but I'm just saying, like, if you're an outfielder, you can probably, outside of Carp, all of our outfielders kind of played all over.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Meadows was always in center, but if he plays center, he can play the other ones. But Tucker's also an outfielder.
If you get Bichette, I want to say Javi might find his ground in center field.
Yeah, and Javi's shown that he'll play. I mean, he might.
Yeah,
he will play anywhere. So
yeah,
there's another guy
need this season because of his willingness to adapt and everything. Yeah. Who's your other guy then?
Luis Arias. He's technically a first baseman, but he's played second. He might play some outfield. I don't remember. But this year with the Padres, he batted .292. He only had 8 home runs. But he had, let's see how many RBIs. 61 RBIs, like 34 walks. Guess how many strikeouts he had?
103.
82.
21.
Wow, holy smokes. Yeah,
21 and 620 at bat.
He's a free agent?
He will be.
Yeah, let's get that mofo. I don't care.
I mean, Bichette also. I mean, that's why I like Bichette. I think the two. I don't know if it's two, but Bichette hit 300. Like he is a contact guy. I don't know what his strikeouts were, but
which is what you need in Comerica Park.
Yeah, Tucker
next year.
Tucker and Bregman. I don't think we have a shot at Schwarber. He's talked about wanting to go to Cincinnati. That's where he's from, and he's left-handed. But
I don't think Pete
Bregman-
Alonso is going to be a big go getter either, unless
the
I
only
don't see it. I don't see
the
it.
only way we'd get him is if we offer him like a 1 or 2 year deal, because I mean he's older and he's like we'd have to overpay for him for the 2 years, but I don't want to sign him long term. But Bregman and Tucker are probably the two that I'd like. I mean Tucker, I don't know all his stats and everybody, but he's a game changer. So it'd be nice to. I mean he was like the Cubs' best player. So getting other team's best player, no matter how good or how bad that team is, it's always a plus. So, but I don't know. It'd be nice.
He had
I don't
22
think
home
we
runs,
get
73 RBIs. He batted
these
266.
guys are going to cost a
also
lot.
hurt.
I don't think we're going to get two guys that are like top,
No.
like that are considered like great tier one.
I agree.
I don't think we'd get those
I know. I was saying more of if I could pick two to get one of the two
on that list.
Yes,
Yeah.
those are the two guys. I would prefer one of those two guys on our team. Yeah, we're not going to get two of them. If we do, we'll be all. I mean, you got to be like all in, So we'll see.
If we get two of those and
Yeah.
they don't trade Scoob and just let them walk after this year and we have a good year, like if they prefer, I don't know.
That's what I was going to say.
I haven't thought enough. I don't want to speak yet on that because I haven't thought enough about that. So
Well, I want to talk.
I don't want to just speak out of my ass.
I want to talk about Scooble. Kind of talking about that. If we do go all in, if we get two of those guys, we go all in. I think you're planning on having Scooble stay this year without him signing. Maybe you try to get him in the offseason, and then go from there. Sorry, kind of all over the place. There is a potential lockout in 27. So you got to remember that when you sign these guys because they're all older. Like the whole year, the possibility the whole year is shut down. So you could lose a whole year. Alonzo's 30, you'll be 32 or something. You play 33. The next time he plays, will be 35. So it's possible.
Oh,
it comes into play with Scooble. I'm just saying.
Because if it's a 2-year deal,
I know
it expires at the end of that year. So you just don't.
I don't know how that works. It might go over to the next playable year.
There might be a clause.
Anyways,
I don't know.
So if we go all in, I think going all in would mean we don't sign Scooble this offseason. We let the whole year play out, assuming we're good. If we are good, you obviously keep him at the deadline and you keep going. And then you take your chances in free agency. Another option, if you don't go all in, do you trade him this offseason, hoping to get a bigger haul, and live with that decision? And then obviously you could trade him at the deadline. You can re-sign him right now, or you can let it play out and try and sign him later. I don't know Ben, where are you at like with all of this? Because my first thought is he's agent, and I feel like his vibe is that he wants to make the most money he can. And if that's the case, it's not coming. Like we can say the Illiches are $7 billion, net worth. They have all this money. They're not paying Tarek Skubal $500 million or $50 million a year, $500 million of a contract. It just doesn't seem like that's a thing. So I don't know. But Ben, where are you at?
I want him. He is also already 29.
Mm-hmm. I think he
coming up,
will be 29 or something. Yeah, he's around 29.
He's coming up on 30, throwing this hard. Like, will he get hurt again? That's kind of the game you play. Like I want the Tigers to do as much as they can to keep him around.
I would agree.
But at the end of the day, if you know for a fact you're not going to be able to get him,
well, they might not know.
I just at the deadline, then try to get as much as you can. But also there's that chance, like Flaherty, you trade him, then you just sign him back the next year.
That ain't gonna happen.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Probably not.
It's not gonna be as cheap as Flaherty in that case.
It's kind of hard because you can't my thoughts are I'm speaking.
Plus, you're giving a rental out. Too.
Yeah, I'm speaking out like both sides.
You got to be very picky on who you trade them to.
I mean, if you trade him at the deadline, it's going to a contender.
For the highest bidder.
Yeah, but if you trade him,
you would hope they don't trade him in the division, in the comp division.
You trade him in the winter meetings or before the season starts. You trade him to the NL.
But yeah,
Yeah.
like my thoughts are, I'm speaking out of both sides of my mouth, but it sounds like everything that he's
You don't
not.
want to lose the guy, but at the same time, you don't want to lose him for nothing. It's a really hard situation to be in.
Right.
Yeah. Can I get to my point now?
I guess.
Um,
So
it doesn't sound like he's. It doesn't sound like he's gonna. I really don't think he's gonna resign here at the end of the year. If we can somehow get him to sign before the season, obviously we take that. Like Skubal is a great pitcher. There is questions about his dog mentality. Like he is the best pitcher, but he can only go 100 pitches. Like, you know, out of your ace, sometimes you want a little bit more than that. I think if nothing points to him signing this offseason, I honestly think the smart move as an organization would be to trade him. And you have to try and get another good pitcher back. But if you really look at our pitching staff, like we do have good pitchers, especially if we can build off that with the trade.
you know
You
what?
know
You know what they need to do?
what?
Sign him to
Yeah,
a contract that's not over. That's not like 500 million. Maybe it's like 200
but
million. 8 years, 7 years, 200 million. Then you sign him to a $300 or $400 million
oh yeah,
sponsorship
outside.
deal
NIL
with
Yeah,
deal.
Little Caesars. With Little
yeah.
Caesars, call
That
it
would
good.
be that would be the too bad we don't have
So,
any. Too bad we have state income tax. This sucks. I don't know. It's obviously we don't know. We don't have any inside information. He keeps saying he wants to be in Detroit, but it's just like I don't know. I feel like
you say that no matter what,
I,
unless you really want out.
there's just when I look at Scooble and the vibe I get from him, I don't really think he loves Detroit. That's just the vibe I get. I feel like he hasn't embraced the city like other guys have, and maybe that's just my lack of
I think
following
he really
and
likes
stuff. And
likes the
Yeah.
team and
yeah,
AJ Hinch and like
yeah.
all the people, but like I don't know if there's anything keeping him to the city.
Well, yeah. I mean,
You know,
I mean the fans and stuff, not necessarily the city. But I don't know. Obviously, we don't know anything. We'll update everybody.
I
He
think
said,
we hold a special place in his heart.
yeah.
In
I mean, he
his,
did.
in
Has
He's
his
going to win a
we
second.
because he came
he's
up through
homegrown.
here.
Yeah,
Like,
he's gonna be second Cy Young. He's probably gonna win a second Cy Young. Both his Tigers. So I don't know.
If it
I
if it
all in all,
wasn't for Scott if it wasn't for Scott Boris, then
I don't know.
I don't know if there's a doubt in my mind that he'd be a Tiger. But
Yeah, I think people
with
have
him
bad
being
taste in their mouth with Scott Boras, and then I don't know. Obviously, game
as in front
5.
offices
No, just like like
or
everybody
just
talks about how
fans.
his contracts are always like they always trying to get the most. So it's like the Tigers just can't compete with the Yankees, the Mets, and the Dodgers when it comes to that. But all right, enough on them. Well, real quick, do you guys know what the Rule 5 draft is?
Yes.
Like you can protect like you pick players on the
No,
farm
it's
team. You
no,
pick
it's if you're not on the 40-man
yeah,
roster and
and there's so many service
over a
years.
certain age,
Yeah,
service hours maybe, then it's a draft,
draft. Yeah,
like a fantasy draft, but that player has to stay on the MLB squad
yeah.
all
But
year. Like you
there's a
can't
lot of
send them up and down.
there's a lot of people, or there's like 4 or 5 guys that people want us to protect. But that means they got to be to the 40 man, and like our 40 man's already full, so it's gonna be interesting to see what we
Who would
do.
they want us to protect?
I forget all of them. I know Lorenzo or whatever, that catcher, like he's
Oh
one of
yeah.
them. But he's
Well, that
obviously gonna be
means
one that we're gonna protect because he's probably gonna be our back. Wow, Jake
Jake
Rogers has
Rogers
another year of
probably.
arbitration, so he'll be out back. But, anyways, all right. Just thought we'd touch on the Wings real quick. We recorded Monday Monday while after the Leafs game. We talked about how they won. So far, they're 2-1 on the season.
playing Florida right now as we're recording.
Yep. I feel like I have a little bit more hope than I thought I would. They beating the Leafs twice. The Leafs are a good team. I think that's a good
They're
sign.
a young team. They're a
Yeah.
young team.
If
So
we got to cut out, like, we keep turning the puck over, bad turnovers in our defensive end. That just gives, like, the game on
yeah,
Monday, like,
in our own zone.
the Leafs probably should have scored 3 or 4 goals, and they didn't. And Talbot made some great saves to hold it. But, I got a little bit of hope. It's hard. We're probably not going to update go too in depth at our updates with the rings, but I just thought I'd touch on them. See if you guys have any other thoughts. No.
Not
All
I.
right.
Not a whole lot at this point. Just hopefully they just want to see him play hard, play physical. That's something that they haven't really done in the recent years is play physical. So, but they don't. We'll see.
Yeah, I was listening to the Wing Wheel podcast, and they were talking about how the first game, like in a third period, they showed like they didn't even want to be there. There was no fight. Like they're like the Canadians could have played without their helmets. That's how like no physicality. They were down 5-1 or whatever. But
and
it's
the
about
coach called them out on it.
yeah.
So
But the good news is they only had like 15 shots on Monday and they still won. But the first two games they outshot their opponents, and that's not something we typically did in the last couple of years. So it's a little bit of a good sign. Just got to keep it rolling. At some point,
hopefully
we'll
these young guys.
yeah.
As the season goes on, the young guys will get more used to NHL level hockey, and
a lot of people I've been reading and listening to, they're pretty happy with how they're playing. So just got to keep that rolling and keep progressing. The Pistons start the 21st. We'll have to do a preview at some point, probably just like the Wings. Do we expect them to make the playoff? Yes or no, and then go from there. But with Jason Tatum out and Tyrese Halliburton out, you can make a case that Cade Cunningham's the second best player in the East, behind Giannis.
Even Marcus Smart in front of Marcus Smart.
You mean Marcus Smart? You mean
Jalen
Brunson
Brunson. Brunson is who I was thinking
who's
of.
The guy from the Cavs? I was thinking about this. Donovan Mitchell. Like those are the other two you probably put up there, but I'm taking Cade over them. But we'll get to a Pistons preview at some point. All right, switching over to the college football games. Michigan's taking on Washington. Big noon kickoff again.
I can't wait to watch this game on mute.
Yeah. Michigan right now is a 6-point favorite. Washington's coming over 9 a.m. game for them. We'll see. I think this is a big game in terms of like what Michigan team you get. I don't think they're going to quit. They have still things to play for. They're a good team. A lot of there is scuttlebutt about Shromore with his work day, bringing this work outfit or whatever the hell he did.
Those are funny. That's hilarious. I think it's funny. Like I've seen a lot of memes on that.
Photoshop
him.
Him doing it's kind of weird, but it's fun. Yeah, it's kind.
It's just their mom.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like
that's what's carrying over from Harbaugh.
Yeah, but he's got to be his own guy. Yeah. Harbaugh proved it with bringing up Stanford, Michigan, 49ers, all that. So, but I'm curious to see what Michigan team shows up. Is it the team that we saw every game besides USC, or is it going to be, getting beat in the trenches again? But I don't know. What do you got, Kyle?
One thing, yeah. So Washington's quarterback, decent little dude. I think he's averaging over 60 yards on the ground. He had one bad game, and that was against Ohio State when it came to like rushing. He's a dog. It's going to come down if Michigan can contain him, right? Yeah. And if Wink frickin' Martindale is going to run a 4-6 or like a bear defense, and run 7 or 8 in the box when they're going empty, so we'll see how that happens, or how that plays out. But I think this is a dangerous game for Michigan. Honestly, I have no idea what team Michigan's going to throw out there. And it has nothing to do with the players that they have. It just comes out with like how they're going to play. Like, are they going to come out hitting? Are they going to come out being the hammer, or are they going to be the nail?
Mm-hmm.
Justice Haynes, I haven't heard anything about him playing or not. I think last time I heard he was questionable. I'm sure Moore's not leaning one way or the other on how he's doing. So that's concerning as well. You're without your best backs, but hopefully, Jordan Marshall has been considered to be a good back in terms, but that offense against USC just didn't look the same when Haynes went out. So I hope that hopefully the extra reps and everything benefit those guys coming into this game. I don't know much about Washington's defense. I've heard a few things, and they've got a pretty decent linebacking core
They they
to
held up.
stop
I
the
mean,
run.
they played well
They held
against
Ohio
Ohio
State.
State. Yeah,
They did. Yep, they did play
Ohio
really
State
well
doesn't
against
have a
Ohio
great
State. That's their
offense,
only
but
loss. Like, I
yeah,
can't believe Washington's not ranked at
only
5-1,
only 5-1 team in the Power Four that's not ranked.
which is ridiculous. Like,
Yep.
how are like
And their
just
loss was to number one Ohio State. It's not like they lost to
yeah,
UTEP.
yeah, and it was a serviceable game. Like, I want
Yep.
what was the score on
It
that game?
was
It wasn't it was
seven. It was
wasn't
like I'm pretty sure it was a
it
7-point
was
game at
like
half. Then Ohio State came back in the first possession and scored again to make it 14. They doubled. They did the 2-for-1.
yeah, which
I mean, they had a really good first half
was
against
brutal.
them.
Oh, they lost 24-6. So they didn't score very much. Their
No,
offense, that was the only game their offense didn't score more than 24.
Ohio State has
Yeah,
a
but
Um,
really
Ohio
good.
State's
but
defense really good.
Yeah,
yeah, I
their
know they have
defense might be
yeah,
better
Ohio
than
State's
last
got the
year.
most talented defense in the country. So, um, yeah, their quarterback scares me. His running ability scares me. If Michigan lets him get out and run for more than like 50, 60 yards, and it mainly scares me on third down. Michigan could get them in like 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12 situations and then just completely not spy the quarterback or have the wrong guy spying them. And then boom, they got a easy peasy first down
Or just not
in
get
that
to them
regard.
while you're
So,
spying, and
yep.
receivers get open.
So, skiing concerns me. I'm glad it's at home. We don't have to travel out west for it. I'm glad they're traveling here. It's a noon game, so it's early for them. Whether or not that plays into effect, we'll see. Um, yeah, those are my 2 cents on it.
Yeah.
I don't have a feel one way or the other right now, but
Do you
just the
think?
way Michigan's defense has been playing, they can get nickel and dime the whole way down the field. And if they hold them to field goals, good. If they get the touchdown, then we're in a recipe for disaster. If they do the bend don't break, they better not break.
Yeah. Do you think on paper they're more talented, right, than Washington?
And yeah, I would think so.
I would think so. I
Yeah,
mean
especially
that was I
they
would say
are.
that, and it's not. I
But
don't think it's that.
it's the defensive scheme that's I don't
Well, yeah,
know.
I was
Anyway,
gonna say it's not necessarily coaching. Like coaching is gonna like cost them. It's like I mean last year was your quarterback. I mean Michigan was more talented at like every position than their other team except quarterback, but they couldn't win games because they couldn't
hmm
pass the ball, so people stacked the box. You go on from that. So I'm not saying it's like a coach's fault, but that they might not look good because sometimes players just don't execute. But yeah, I would say they're more talented. It's a game they got to win. They got to keep their playoff hopes alive because they're not dead. Obviously, they're not looking great. You have to win out, but they're not dead. So I
This
think
is you could say this is a pseudo playoff game.
yeah. I mean, technically, you could say the rest
Wisconsin,
of
I
the year
mean,
for them, but
Washington has Illinois and Oregon left on the schedule. They can only lose if they lose this game.
yeah, they have
They
to
can't
win,
really
beat both
lose
of those.
anything else.
Yeah,
Michigan loses this game, they're pretty much out of the playoff too.
they will
Because
be.
they're one if they go 9-3, their one quality win is against Ohio State. I don't think that's enough
Yeah,
to get them into the playoffs. So there's a lot riding on this game for both teams. I think it'll be a good game. Jed Fish, ex Michigan coach, he coached quarterbacks with under Harbaugh for a year or two, and he's done really well at Washington considering everything after
hmm
pretty much getting handed nothing last year. After DeBoer left, but so did Sharon Moore.
yeah.
I
I mean,
got really didn't have a whole lot.
Strom was
I
set
think
up
he had
with more.
more setup. Yep,
Yeah,
I
but
agree.
but I
Mhm.
agree. Neither of them had great. They lost a lot. Both teams
I
in the
just
national championship lost a lot. But all right, so what do we think? You don't have to give a score, but what do we think? I think Michigan's it's gonna be a prove it game. Um, I think they're gonna win. I'm not saying they're gonna cover the 6 points or anything, but I think you're gonna see them run the ball well and stop the run.
Yeah, I
Ben.
think I think it'll be close. I almost feel I don't know. I did want to say that I think Washington has a better quarterback and better receivers than Michigan. That's kind of where the now offensive line. I don't know, but um, that's that's where I think Washington has the edge on Michigan. But um, I think it'll come down, like Kyle said, to Michigan's defense if they can hold them to field goals or fourth down, like punts, then I think they have a good shot. If they let them score, then it could be a long day.
Yeah. Kyle, what do you got? Think they pull it out?
I think they do. I think they get back to going to work, and
Like the going to work Pistons?
yeah, they gotta put their they're putting
They
their
got the
boots
boot,
on this. They're
yeah, the
putting those
bootstrap,
Wolverine boots
lunch
on,
pail.
going to work, lunch pail and everything.
Yeah.
They're going to work this week, writing
The
everything.
Michigan way.
Yeah, exactly. Grit. You see how much grit these guys got. I know the coach. I feel like the coaches are maybe I don't want to say getting on their guys, but they're trying to motivate them. I think they do come out inspired. I think they do win.
All right.
They get
Switching
it
over
done.
to the real team of Michigan sports, the Michigan State Spartans.
Central Michigan Chippewas. Oh, sorry.
Michigan State's a 27
This
and
is
a half.
this is a Western Michigan podcast in the MAC.
Michigan State's a 27.5 point underdog to Indiana. That's just crazy to say.
Never thought I'd hear
four
that in my
touchdowns
life.
to Indiana. Yeah, that's just crazy. I don't have
Kurt
much.
Signetti is like that one guy that plays NCAA that takes a shit program and then just turns it around in a year, just playing
Yeah,
users
it's like me.
on pro. Yeah.
I don't really have much on this game, so I'll let you start us off, Ben.
I'm going to say that
It's at 3:30.
I
By the way,
never. What's that?
I didn't say the
Is it on
time.
CBS?
No way.
Oh.
It's got to be on Big Ten Network.
No,
I
I think
don't
it's
know,
Big
but
Ten.
it's 3:30.
No, Peacock.
Even better.
Oh,
Yeah. Never thought I'd see the day that Michigan State's, a 4 touchdown underdog to Indiana.
anybody.
But
They
I
have
think it's
been
justified.
but
No, I know, but it's a lot of fucking points.
yeah, I do.
But I think it's justified.
It is.
The only thing that I'm kind of bringing myself back to is James Franklin got fired, and a lot of people are linking Kurt Signetti. So there's a very slim possibility that maybe a little bit distracted.
Counterpoint. Mel
Does Kurt Signetti
Tucker's name
Mel
came up for
Tucker,
LSU
LSU?
right before the Michigan game.
Didn't really matter.
That's what I'm saying.
saying, like,
Might not
there's-
matter here.
I know. That's why I said a very slim possibility because
Yeah.
Kurt Signetti seems like the guy that's always focused. So I think it could be a rout, but
Yeah, like I already said,
probably
I'm
won't
not-
put up too much points. Their
Oh,
offense is good.
I don't
probably
have
will
all
put
these
up
notes like Kyle
30.
does.
40.
Just because at this point I just don't care. I don't like the season's over. What's the like? Am I gonna get down and dirty with Michigan State being 4 touchdown underdogs? No, I obviously don't expect to win. Our defense can't get a stop. I mean, maybe the over is the play. I guess the thing I'm looking at is, what do we fight? Does the team quit? Are we going to put up a fight like we did against USC and Nebraska? Or are we going to lay down like we did against UCLA? Like, this will tell. I already said, I said we're not going to really talk about it, but, I already said that I think Smith's got to go. But this is a game that's going to tell. If this team quits, you might have to fire him at the end of this week. Like, I know it's Michigan coming up next, but, like, if this team's quits, you might have to. If he doesn't, well, then maybe, got to build on it. It means the players believe in him. You just got to keep going. The other thing I'm looking at is Childs. We talked about it last week. I don't think there's many quarterbacks that would make this team better. Just given with the scheme and the offensive line and everything. Let's see how he looks. We got to see that progression. expecting him back next year. We got to keep seeing it if we want to do anything next year.
He's more of a late week decision, game time decision on if he
Okay.
plays or not.
I didn't know that.
So
So
we
maybe
could
we
be
get
seeing Alessio
what's his last name?
Milojevic. Vic.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it either, so I asked.
If it was in front of me, I could
Yeah, but either way,
get it.
my other thing is Kirk Cignetti likes to run up the score. Like he's a guy that likes to score. Like he's not letting the foot off the gas. You can't let him do that. You're like if we're down 3 touchdowns, you gotta keep fighting. I don't want this to turn from 3 to 7. You know, but just hang in the game. Give us something to hope for. Give us something to be proud of going into the Michigan week. You know, where anything can happen. But yeah, it's my side. I think we're all in a consensus that we don't expect Michigan State to win. I don't see them really keeping this within 14. Maybe they cover, but I don't see that they're going to be within 2 touchdowns. What, Kyle?
I think this team is in shambles. I don't think John Smith has it in him
Jonathan.
to Jonathan, tomato.
Keep going.
Nope, it's
I don't think he has. I don't think he has this team by the nuts to get them riled up and motivated to play against a team like Indiana. I don't see them coming out and putting like they might put up a fight for the half a quarter.
Yeah.
It might get us opening drive stop, but I don't see it happening for 4 quarters. And I think they fold over. I think they fold.
Last year
we had a lead.
Nothing. Yeah. Yeah, but that doesn't. Yeah, but this Indiana team's better. This Indiana team's better.
That's
what Kyle's saying.
saying.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with Kyle. We were up.
And we still got blown out. Yeah. Yeah, kind of quickly on that about
I think Indiana scores more than 49.
On Jonathan Smith. There were some people out there that said possibly, he knew Oregon State was leaving, they didn't have a conference. Could have easily just been hey, I'm going to go get my money, figure everything out later. I'm not really interested in this. Kind of could check out just being from the West Coast, coming here, doesn't know how to recruit. Kind of a bad, that's not even on him. It's on our board of trustees and our athletic director who's now gone. So I don't know. Ben, I'm assuming you also think blowout? All right. All right.
Well, I do have a pronunciation now. Alessio Milojevic.
Milojevic. All right, I'll keep that in my
Milojevic or Ilovojevic?
M-I.
There is a Mary. Okay.
All right. So we all think Michigan's going to win. We all think Michigan State's going to lose. Tough week for the Spartans, but I got to, I'm pretty likely one of them's going to happen. All right, moving on to the NFL, the Detroit Lions coming off the loss. We obviously talked about it last podcast, but some big news came out Wednesday. Not what I was talking about, but yes, we can start with that. Aleem McNeil is supposed to play, barring a huge setback. Everything points to him playing.
Positive things here.
He's gonna frickin' play, man.
No, we gotta talk about.
I'm excited for him to be back.
Yeah, this whole review thing that happened. We don't have to spend a lot of time because I think people online are saying like the Lions are blaming the loss on it. You listen to all Lions fans, no one's doing that. Could it have changed the game? Yes. If the Lions continued to play how they did the rest of the game, they were going to lose that game no matter what, even if that's a touchdown. That's not what the Lions fans are. Number one, we're mad because all these things happened to us. Calvin Johnson, the bat out of the end of the Seahawks where they batted the ball out. Everything happens to the Lions.
The Cowboys a couple years ago.
But Dan Campbell was asked if the refs said that the refs told them that the call came from up north, upstairs from New York.
It is up north from Kansas City.
True. And Jared
Goff
said
that's what he was told.
Yep. No, that's not what he was. Yeah, the refs told him. The refs
told him that it came from upstairs or it came from New York or something.
He said right. New York,
came
and then Jared
Kansas
Goff
City.
said upstairs. There's a clip asking. Jared Goff says he's pointing up, and he's like upstairs. supposedly says upstairs when he's talking to the ref. Everything points to that there was some outside force, outside help from besides the refs on the field. And what I'm upset about is just like the play shouldn't have happened if it's illegal. I still think they asked the refs and they said it was okay. And then that's why New York's like, hey, it's not illegal. It's not a legal play. And they're like, hey, actually, this wasn't legal. That's why it seems like Dan Campbell's a little salty about it. But it's just like, well, if they're meddling in this, what else are they meddling in? It's for the Chiefs. They're their star boy and Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, all them people. It's like, what else are they doing? It's just, it's kind of annoying. You guys, any last thoughts before we get off of this and onto the football?
I got none that I want to put online.
All right, Dan. I think Dan Campbell's fed up about. He said he doesn't want to talk about it, but I think it's because I think he's more.
He doesn't want to get fined.
No, I think number one, he's a look ahead guy. Like, doesn't matter what happened in the past, I look ahead. But I think he's also a little upset because I really do think they talked to the refs. They said it was okay. New York's like, you can't do that. We're changing it. I think he's upset about it. Jared Goff did the same thing.
Did it come out that they did come out and say, or
the
talk to
NFL
it?
doubled.
No. Did we go to the refs and say we're going to run this play, and then they said, okay, that sounds good, as long as he's not under center.
If you read context clues, it sounds like they went because he was asked that and he said, well, I'm not going to talk about that. Like,
okay,
I think everybody, it's not for sure, but it sounds like that's what they did.
And the NFL doubled down, saying that they're standing by with what the post-game ref said, or the post-game interview for the ref said.
They didn't issue a statement. This is I saw that from reporters that said they reached out to them for comment, and that's what they were told. Did you see like an actual report from them? No, I'm just clarifying. That's all. Because it's not like Ian Rappaport's got.
Okay, we'll say reports say that the NFL doubled down on it.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying, like, it's not. It was some random journalist I've never heard of. That's all. So maybe that, who knows if it's actually true. I think they're going to double down. Anyways, all right. Lions play Monday night. They are a 5.5-point favorite right now against Tampa Bay. We obviously talked about Ali McNeil being back. That's going to be huge. We haven't heard anything on Brian Branch suspension. He is appealing it. The only thing I'm not sure is if it's going to be this game or next game. There's no way he's not going to get suspended, in my opinion. I got a feeling it's going to be this game. But so right now we're going to go out with the understanding that he's going to be suspended. Kirby Joseph's banged up. Don't know his status.
He did sign a Fuller.
What?
He signed a Fuller to the practice squad.
Who's a Fuller?
Kendall, I think it was. Kendall Fuller.
Corner.
Yeah, well, the good news is the Bucs have Ibuka and Godwin out. Mike Evans is undecided.
Are they both
Is Ibuka officially out? I saw he's still questionable.
Everything I was under the impression was that they don't expect him to play.
Okay. Because still, Baker's been a dog this year. Tez Johnson's a speedy receiver. Speed kind of gives us a little bit of trouble. Baker has escapability. We're going to need to spy him again. I feel like Baker's good.
Baker's an MVP candidate. So, it's not like he's...
Yep. So was Goff before last week.
It's not like it's Bryce Young out there. It's...
Yeah.
It's a guy who's playing one of the best quarterback, games in the league right now. So, will our defense be able to make him uncomfortable? I think they need to in order to give the offense a good chance at winning.
Bucky Irving being out too is kind of big because then this Rashad White. But
so it does say that Ibuka should be expected to miss some time, but nothing is confirmed.
I'm seeing he's questionable as of the 13th, and then Godwin is doubtful as of the 14th.
I think the Lions control the line of scrimmage more this game.
Yeah, I think it comes down to if we got to play him like we did Lamar Jackson. Have him spy Baker because Baker can get away. He's more he's not as good of a runner and everything, but I feel like he's more elusive in the pocket. Like, it just seems like you can
Yeah, that's fair.
get to him, but like he'll somehow get out of it. So it's about
He's slippery.
staying contained.
A lot of their wins though have been kind of close to some bad teams.
They're
So
5-1, and they have a plus scoring margin of 14, which is not, that's only, not very many.
we're wearing the all black monochromes. What do you think? So, what do you think about the Lions? Because St. Brown brothers were talking about it, and they were talking about how it was mostly the brother was saying how he only likes the Lions uniforms that where the pants match the jerseys. Where like you got blue on blue, you got the blueberries, you got the whites, then you got the black on black. I think the black on black is cool. The white on white is cool. Hot take, cold take, whatever you want to call it. I hate the blueberry uniforms. I hate the blue on blue. I hate how it looks.
I don't
think
think
I don't
we
like it.
do. We have silver pants.
Yes.
I'm trying to
2
remember.
years ago, we wore them almost never because
I
I think
know.
we lost our
We
first
lost
game at home,
one game. Yes,
and then
wore
we
the
went
silver
all
pants.
blueberries at home
I
that
know, or the
entire
black.
year.
Yeah. I'm not a fan
I do
of the
agree that
blueberry look.
the white on white and the black on black look really good. We cannot go blue jerseys, white pants.
No, or blue and black. It has to be the silver pants.
Yeah. I mean that. I like the blue on blue. I like them all. I like every. The only thing I
That's
don't
fine.
like,
You
I really
can.
think I
That's
don't
just
like
my
is the
opinion. I don't like it.
you have to wear them with the black uniforms. I think, but I'm not a huge fan of the helmets, the blue helmets. There's just something about them that look fake. I don't know. That's my only.
Yeah.
That's my one thing I don't like. But anything else on like the Lions? I think obviously I think it's kind of like last week I said like the Lions, the defense, the linebackers have to come up big with the hurt secondary. We need to get if we're blitz, we need to get to the quarterback. If we don't, they need to be good in coverage. I mean, you hate to pin it on one group of guys on defense, but I really do. They just need to step up. It's not they don't have to make the
I
game
don't
changing
think
plays. They just need to step up. I mean,
Amik Robertson on Mike Evans could be a problem just because he's short.
If he plays,
Amik is short. Why would Amik not play?
no,
Mike
Evans. There's a chance all three of them miss.
Oh, well.
Yeah, no.
which could be huge for our secondary.
Yeah, that would be but then we still have but I thought does Tampa run a lot of like that quick screen stuff
I don't think so.
like Kansas City does? I don't think they do either. I think that's where Detroit's gonna I think that's how you attack this secondary and this defense because we're probably not going to be pressing a whole lot man on man, especially if they have Mike Evans playing. We're probably not going to be pressing him a lot, so that's going to open up a lot of that short screen underneath type of stuff, and that's where the linebackers need to come into play with that pursuit. But anyways, on those quick wide receiver screens. But I feel good about this game. Better than I did, I think, coming into this call.
So Dan Campbell did say he wants to get Montgomery featured more in the run game, which I think would be huge.
That's good for Gibbs' longevity.
Yep,
this season.
I do think Gibbs is the better running back. I mean, I think Montgomery's still a very good running back. But there is times where it does make sense for Montgomery to get the first drive of the game, and then because like when we did against the Chiefs, we just ran it down their throats. But like Montgomery, like Kyle, like you always say, he's the bigger back. Let him run up the middle, knock people over, get him tired, get him hurt or not hurt, but get him thinking a little bit more, and all that stuff. Then you put Gibbs in the second drive, let him go crazy. We did use them.
That's what they did last year. I feel like last year they started Montgomery on drive one a lot.
I want them to do a little bit of an in between of last year and this year. Last year it was like every drive they switched. And I don't want necessarily that, but I do think Montgomery should get featured more. But sometimes you do got to ride the hot hand when they are in. But if I think Gibbs should get 60% of the carries and Montgomery 40, but maybe use both of them sometimes. I don't know, but I expect the offense to do well. I think their defense is a little bit better than the last couple of years because I think they got everybody back. But our offense hasn't looked the greatest. Offensive line hasn't looked the greatest in the last 2 weeks. But this is the time. I think they're a little bit going to be motivated after last week and everything, and we do well coming off losses. So I'm expecting
Decker back.
Yep, I'm expecting Dan Campbell to get these guys going again.
Yeah, I'm excited.
They'll be ready. Extra day of rest. They'll be ready.
Like we always do before we get to our predictions for this game, we got to do one key to the victory. Anybody got one?
I'll take one. It's gonna be winning the turnover battle. I guess more in depth on that. We need to pick Baker off twice. I think that'll be a key. If we can pick him off twice, I think that's
one.
good.
I think if we pick them off once and just don't turn it over ourselves, I think we have to beat them. If we're like you said, we gotta win the turnover battle. I was gonna say, like, if we throw one, we gotta pick him off twice. But I think we gotta get a turnover in this game. We didn't last game. It'd be nice to get one this game. I agree. I think mine is our running game. We got to pound the rock. Pound it. Get back to our basics. Pound the ball. Off of that, have your deep shots to J-Mo, all that stuff. Pound the rock, establish the run, and just get going. Get going like we know this offense can. Ben, what do you got?
Well, you guys kind of took mine, but mine is to kind of keep Teddy Bridgewater on his toes. He's a Bucks backup quarterback, and he kind of knows our system. So I don't know if he kind of gave the Bucks any inside information, but I don't know, break tendencies. Don't be predictable.
I don't love that. So far you're one-on-one on backup / practice squad quarterbacks making a difference. So
yeah, but
hopefully you're not 2-0. What do we think? We think the Lions pull it out? I think yes.
I think they go ahead, Ben.
I say yes.
Game-winning drive.
5.5 seems too much to me. I feel like it will be closer than 5.5. But I could also, I said that about the Browns and we won by, 20 something?
Well, this is the better team, number one. Number two, I also think that it's very possible that we're up 6 or 7 points. Baker has the ball with 2 minutes left. And they go down, They get to the 30-yard line, and then we're like, here we go, because we know they're going to go for 2. We got to stop them here. Very well could happen like that. So, yeah. Kyle, what do you think?
I think the defense actually plays pretty well this game. I don't know why. I just have a good feeling that the defense comes together, plays well, and wins. Maybe I'll just say this. I don't think the defense gives up 21 points. I think they give up no more than 20.5. Pick the Tampa Bay under 20.5.
All right.
Heard it here first.
No, and the Lions win.
Ooh, a little parlay action.
Who?
Kyle.
Oh, with their under.
Bucks under team total and Lions money line.
Jeez, he scored another one like that? Oh my gosh.
That's
Sorry.
right, baby. Mason Appleton.
Appleton scored another one where he's falling down as he's shooting the pitch.
I don't know how that. I didn't know that went in.
I thought he was older than what he is.
Yeah, he's not super old.
Or I thought he was younger than what he was.
How old is he?
29, I think. He was born in 96.
So he was in college when I was in college. He was there when I was there. I probably went to the bar with him.
Wow.
Didn't even know it.
Yeah, probably not. I don't know. We did have a guy. I do know. I remember one guy who was drafted by the Wings. But what the hell was I going to say? I don't know.
So we all got the Lions winning.
Yep, we all got. We're a clean sweep across the board for all 3 games. Again, shocker.
Yep.
Well, I can't say we're homers because none of us picked Michigan State. But all right, you guys ready
I didn't pick Michigan.
Yeah, let's go to the pick 'em.
I didn't pick either team in that one.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, all right.
No, I didn't.
Oh, well,
I said I think it'll be a close game if Michigan can keep it
Look
keep
at
the
that. Ben
score
can't
down.
make a decision.
No.
Who'd have thought?
I don't know
Yeah.
these teams.
For those
This is a
listeners
stay
at
away
home,
game for me.
Ben has a problem with making decisions. Takes after our mother.
The best,
I don't-
the best one was the wedding rehearsal.
I don't
That
like being.
nothing will nothing will top that.
What are you talking about?
Tell you after. Oh, I had a decent. Wow, my football picks did not hit.
All right, I'm showing the games from last week. Ben had a sweep across the board in college, in the pick'em. Not a great week for everybody. Oregon got smoked. I didn't know Sam Levitt was going to be out. Picked Arizona State. Not good. Not great. Not great. Our record's just abysmal. Ben's over 500 and
Ben's
three
over
of them.
500 in the pick. Yeah,
Yeah.
Our
So
betting picks are not. Ben's NFL picks, yeah. Ben's the guy to tail.
yep. Long season left though. All right. We're gonna
Me
lot
start.
are
of
losing
season
money.
We're gonna start with
I feel like Big Cat over here.
Why you suck?
Shoot.
Yeah,
Can't win a bet.
can't win a bet.
All right, we're gonna start with
LSU.
LSU Vandy. Sorry, I'm pulling up my quick notes. I believe Vandy is
Tigers.
a 1.5
Oh, I
point.
got.
Vandy is a 2.5 point favorite against LSU. It's a noon game. Kyle, what do you got? You got the LSU Tigers.
Money line them Tigers. Yeah, money line them Tigers. LSU. You're muted.
That's great. I was saying, everybody says LSU is kind of similar to Michigan last year, where Garrett Nussmeier is a good quarterback, but they say that their offense is bad, but their defense is good. They can't be that bad. Like, Garrett Nussmeier isn't a bad quarterback, but it's fun betting on Vandy. I know I'm gonna be wrong, so I'm gonna go Vandy. Whatever. This is a time where LSU is gonna blow them out 40-10 or some bullshit.
I sure hope not, because I also picked Vandy.
Nice.
They have Diego Pavia, potential Heisman finalist. Been playing his balls off, so I don't know. LSU hasn't impressed me much, as Shania Twain would say.
All right, next game. For the second week in a row, we got both Mizzou and Auburn. This time they're playing each other. Mizzou at Auburn. Auburn's 1.5 point underdog. I believe this game's on late night, 7:30 or 8. I'm going to go first. Auburn keeps getting screwed. I believe this is the second time they got screwed this year, where like the refs had to apologize for missed calls or things.
Did the refs apologize after the
I don't know if they
timeout?
apologized for this, but everybody thinks they should have. But I'm going to go with the backup Penn State quarterback, Bo Pabula, whatever his name is. I'm going Missouri.
For Bueller.
Ben, what do you got?
I think we were sharing notes here because I got Mizzou as well.
I mean, you can only pick two options.
Yeah, I know, but we're right next to each other, and we both picked the same ones. So
Kyle?
I got the Tigers.
Kyle, we needed the Tigers to win
Last
Friday, not this week. Yeah, they are. This one you're having. This
I
one.
was waiting for you guys to say something.
What?
Maybe
No.
I want Missouri.
Oh
Isn't Missouri,
shit!
aren't they the Tigers too?
Yeah, they are.
But I
My
do want
bad.
Auburn. I do
Oh,
think Auburn wins at home.
That went right over my head.
Yeah.
That was a blonde moment. I don't know. That was bad.
I was seeing if you were kind of catch it, but
I was thinking. I don't know. The way you said it made it sound Auburn, and so I immediately thought Auburn Tigers. Yeah, you're right. That was bad. My bad.
Yeah, I'm going Auburn. Going with the home team in this one. I think that'll matter.
Speaking of home teams that matter, We got the Holy War in Provo, Utah. We got Utah versus BYU. The reason I say home field matters is it gets rowdy at BYU and it gets rowdy at Utah, but this game's at BYU. So they are a 3-point underdog. BYU is another late game. I'll go first. No, actually, Ben, you go first.
Excuse me.
I'm thinking this is going to be one of those rock fights. Could be, back and forth the entire time, but I'm going to stick with the home team. I'm going BYU.
I knew it. Kyle?
I really like Utah. And I know jack shit about BYU.
Their quarterback wears number 47.
Oh, yeah, give me BYU then.
BYU's quarterback wears 47. You like that?
Yeah, I know. Give me BYU.
I'm also going BYU. I should go Utah because I picked Utah against Texas Tech. Then I said I obviously didn't. They got their ass kicked. Then I picked Utah to win like the next week and to pick them. They got blown out. So I can't get on the right side of Utah, but Utah's dead to me after those 2 weeks. So I'm going BYU. Or wait, no, I picked against Utah in the pick 'em or the gambling picks, and they kicked ass or something. I don't know, whatever. But Utah's dead. They're dead to me. I'm going BYU. Go Cougars. Shout out my All Saints guys. Gambling picks. If you got one, shout it out.
Yep. Tulane minus 10 points against Auburn. Ride that green wave.
They're not playing Auburn.
Army. They're playing Army.
Well, that seems like a good one.
Army and Auburn. Anyways,
Ben,
yeah. No, it's just 10. It's just 10, not 10 and a half.
Right. I forgot what team my team's playing, so I gotta. Ben, what do you got?
I've got Ole Miss plus 7.5 against Georgia.
Rally.
Yep.
7.5.
Plus.
Are they road dogs? Oh, they're road dogs.
Road dogs. I'm actually sticking in that game, Ben. And I'm actually going with the over. Georgia, Ole Miss over 54.5.
Mm-hmm.
Lane Kiffin likes to score. They both got. Tennessee scored on them. I'm just hoping for the over. It's my first over pick.
I picked 2 over last week and both friggin' flopped.
And then my other pick
hard on their face.
My other pick is going to be the ranked team. They're ranked going against an unranked team, and they're away and they're dogs, which doesn't bode well for my
Happen
pick.
often?
No, it can happen, but typically that means the home team, the unranked team, is going to win. But I'm going against that. I'm going Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I saw that too. I like that one. I like that.
Another team I feel like I can't get right, but just Haynes King. He's a dog. I feel like I got to go with them. They're a good team. So
who's that against again? Who are they playing?
Duke. They're playing Duke.
Duke. Yeah.
Duke
like
quietly, decently good.
Manny Diaz.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying.
Maybe Penn State's next head coach.
They lost to Illinois in the beginning. I don't know what that means, but
he came out on a video right before they were
play
Michigan and had his little sign stealing, his signs freaking thing, and then they got freaking waxed.
Was that the game that?
Well, yeah, because that's
handoff.
That was the game they ran it. Yeah,
they did not get waxed. They won by like a touchdown. They
got waxed in the line of scrimmage. Okay. I consider that being.
I don't. I consider it a score. But
all right.
Anyways. Second. What's your second pick, boys? Men. Fellows.
Take it away,
before beauty.
Ben, go.
USC Notre Dame over 61.5.
Wow,
Damn, that's a
points.
lot of points. I don't know. Ew, that's
I think
all right,
both
I'm not
of
going
his
to critique it.
offenses.
Did you
because-
see their defense against Michigan? Their USC's defense might be good.
Yeah, have you seen Michigan's offense?
USC's defense? ain't that
63 against
great.
Central Michigan. Kyle, what's your last pick?
James Madison -1.5 against Old Dominion.
I like
Going
that
with the
pick.
Dukes. Shout
Yeah,
out the
we got
Dukes.
the Dukes. We got the Cougars.
I don't know why, but James Madison with the 1.5 on it just did not seem right. So I was like, I think they win by more than that.
Fair enough.
All right. Going to the NFL slate. First game, we got the Eagles at the Vikings. The Eagles are a 1.5 point favorite. Big game for the division or the conference. What do you got, Kyle?
I wanted to pick this as my bet, but we saw that we were picking for the
you can do
pick'em, so I
both.
didn't do it. Nah, I want to spread it out. Eagles, easy.
I got the Hudsonville.
Didn't you say Eagles were easy on Thursday night? Against
Yes,
the Giants?
Eagles, easy win.
Yeah, it's the Eagles.
Easiest bet in the world.
This
-1.5.
one's so
even
much
if-
easy. Yeah, this one's so much easier. It's down and out. It's so easy. The Vikings team is Carson Wentz, JJ McCarthy. If he comes
Carson
in
Wentz or
his
JJ
third
McCarthy,
game
I don't think.
against this defense,
Yeah.
easy. It's not Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterbo.
Clean sweep.
Shit, I might as well bet that game right now while it's at 1.5.
I should probably do it before I'm in a state that doesn't allow it.
Second game. This is the toilet bowl. I put it on here because it's the toilet bowl. Do we think the Jets are going to get their first win? They're playing the Panthers.
I do.
They're home. Jets are 1.5 point underdogs. Kyle has the Jets. Panthers coming off a win. Panthers coming off a win against the Cowboys. Could be a letdown spot.
I think
for 'em.
Justin Fields goes off this game.
The only thing that concerns me
Garrett Wilson is doubtful.
is I just feel
Oh,
like
is he?
this team does not like Aaron Glenn. Like there was a controversy about how they handled the end of the first half. Garrett Wilson was like yelling at him. But at the same time, I gotta pick the Jets. They have to win a game, and this is the best chance. So I'm going with the Jets.
Well, I'll give you an even better chance.
Why?
Because I'm going Jets.
Nice. Can we sweep them all? This will really test it. This is a good game. We got the last game. We got Colts
Very
at
good
the
game.
Chargers. The Chargers are a 1.5 point favorite to the 5-1 Colts. Colts could be 6-0. They kind of played themselves out of beating the Rams. But yeah, Colts Chargers. Ben, we'll let you start with this one.
Everyone always talks about how it's hard for college teams to go from coast to coast. How come it's not the same thing for the NFL? Give me the Chargers. Bolt up.
Who's got it better than them?
Nobody.
All right, Kyle, who
I
you got?
picked the Colts.
You got the Colts?
You should have said except the Colts.
Yeah.
Nah.
Um,
I thought Ryan was going to say it, and he was going to pick the Colts. But yeah, I think the Colts are rolling.
I think the
They
Colts
are.
are rolling. I think the Chargers they're kind of hit a little dry spell. Their offensive line is really banged up. They obviously don't have very good receivers. They started out
They're
hot.
running like Quinshon Jud or not?
Yeah.
Is it Quinshon? No, not Judkins.
No.
Quentin Johnson's
Yeah.
banged up. Their starting running backs heading into the year are out. They're down to like Hassan Haskins and another practice squad guy. Joe Alt's he's banged up. So like their offensive line, yeah, I just the Colts are rolling.
But-
too.
Yep. I agree.
You have Justin Herbert
And Lad McConkey
with the Madison
no.
beer bump.
Yeah, that's been a thing, and they lost last 2 games. That's over with. All right.
They barely beat whoever they played last week
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
They did win.
on a last-second field goal.
Hey, you just got to see one go through.
They were my survivor pick. Thank God.
Just gotta
they
see
pulled
one
that
go
out.
through.
We got our gambling picks for this week. I'll start it off. Kind of don't like it because I have 2 favorites, but I'm going with the first pick. I'm going with the 49ers -2.5. I forget who they play. I think they play the Falcons. Let me look it up quick. Should have wrote that
Yes,
down.
they do play the Falcons. I know
Okay.
that because I'm on the Falcons plus 2.5.
Ooh.
Damn, look at you guys.
We've got some fisticuffs.
I got an NFC North team, believe it or not. Packers minus 6.5 against the Cardinals. It's a road
Cardinals.
game for the Packers, but I just
Cardinals could
Yeah.
win that outright.
they could.
Yeah. They could. NFL, anybody can win on any Sunday. Any given Sunday, as they say.
I know it's a lot of points, but yeah,
All
I
right.
like them.
What do we got next, Ben?
I'm on the Commanders minus 2.5 against the Cowboys.
Ooh. Commanders
Interesting.
might not be good. We all picked them
Yeah,
to
thought
miss
about
the
taking
playoffs.
Neither are the Cowboys.
The Cowboys have won a couple games. Well, I guess
They just lost to the Panthers.
Yeah, they did. Who'd they beat
The
before that, though?
Panthers.
Well, they tied the.
They barely beat the Giants.
Oh, maybe
They
that's
lost to
what's-
someone else.
I don't know.
Their defense
beat
is
the
not that
Giants?
good. Yeah, they did.
Kyle, what do you got? Your last pick.
I have the LA Rams minus 3.5 against the Jacksonville Jaguars in London. London, baby.
Going with another favorite. Going back to the
Minus
well.
3.
What?
They're minus 3.
I thought you said 3.5. Going back to the well. This team has actually done pretty well for me. I'm trying to pick them to jinx them, and it's just not working. I bet them, hoping they lose. I just don't lose. Might as well make money. This time they're favorites, though. I'm going the Chicago Bears minus 4.5 against the Saints.
Yep. I knew that was coming.
Speaking of the Bears,
yeah,
they're the ones that also beat the Cowboys. And
Oh.
they got blown out. They lost by 17.
That was the game CeeDee Lamb got hurt, though.
True. I mean, it's true.
But
they also looked bad before that.
The Commanders played the Bears closer than the Cowboys did. Common opponents for the playoff committee. Come on now.
Yeah. All right. You guys got anything else before we get out of here? We have one final note, but I'll leave it up to you guys first.
Not that I can think of. Just ready to get the weekend on and hopefully win some money on our picks.
I agree. My last note was, I think going forward, so not this Monday, but next Monday, we're going to start recording our instant reactions to the football weekend, to the Lions, Michigan State. We're going to put that out on Monday, and then we'll do a Tuesday show for, recap the Wings, the Stones, Tiger stuff, any other football stuff we missed. So we'll have Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. But again, not this week because the Lions play Monday night. So let's see, not the 20th, but the 27th. But yeah, Kyle, what do you got?
Shout out Skip Bayless.
What'd Skip Bayless do?
Puts out a 30-minute video talking about Travis Hunter and his baptism that he did before the game. 30-minute video. Like, come on, you wait. What? You
know
can't
what?
find
That's an
better
entire
people
podcast.
Yeah, but you know
Anyways,
what? He's getting engagement.
Anyway, it's just
That's the thing that makes me mad about
I wonder
these.
how many people have listened to the. Yeah, that's true.
It's not the listening to it. It's the quote tweeting it. Like,
Yeah.
how long is this video?
Yeah. But anyways, shout out him for finding a way to talk 30 minutes about a baptism, but
And now
before
we're
an
giving
NFL
him
game.
flowers.
Yeah.
Credit where credit is due.
Hey, he's the OG. I mean,
a long time to talk about a baptism.
Yeah. That's longer than.
I've seen that guy throwing away so many different
Catholic
jerseys.
baptism. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else I got.
Let's go Wings. Let's go Lions. Let's go Blue.
Go Green.
Go
Yeah,
White.
one pride. Yeah, we'll see you back here on Tuesday. But until then, we'll see you down the line.
Peace.
Do it up.